Russia thinks US about to attack Syria, prepares. Russia has warned that the US may gearing up for a new round of military action against Syria, where Washington-led strikes against the Moscow-backed government have traditionally followed reports of the use of chemical weapons. The United States keeps building up the cruise missile carriers group in the Middle East as part of preparations for another provocation in Idlib province to be presented as an alleged use of chemical weapons, Russian Defense Ministry spokesperson General Igor Konashenkov told media outlets, according to the state-run TASS Russian news agency. Pointing a finger toward alleged Western backing for the jihadi coalition that dominates Idlib, Konashenkov said these preparations are fresh confirmation of U.S. intentions to use as a pretext a likely simulation of the government forces' chemical attack, which Hayat Tahrir al-Sham militants are plotting with active support from British secret services. Russia has also threatened to take action to protect its forces in Syria. On Saturday, the Russian Defense Ministry said that its Black Sea Fleet's Admiral Grigorovich and Admiral Essen-Caliber cruise missile-armed vessels were making their way into the Mediterranean to augment the Navy's task force there, according to TASS. According to press reports, Russia is already moving additional naval assets into the region allegedly in preparation for any U.S. attack against Syria. There is absolutely nothing of value in Syria that warrants even the potential for a military clash between Washington and Moscow. We gain nothing by keeping troops in Syria at all, and it would be in our national interests to withdraw them immediately. All it does for us to have those few troops on the ground is increase the strategic risk we incur. Daniel Davis, a retired Army lieutenant colonel and senior fellow at think tank Defense Priorities, told Newsweek, noting the risk of intentionally or accidentally being attacked by Russian, Iranian, or Syrian troops. If Russia wants to continue backing the bloody regime of Assad, they will get bogged down into spending enormous of money and in the process weaken their own armed forces, he added. If anyone is going to get bogged down in Syria, let it be Russia, not the US, and by all means, we should avoid any military action there unless American security is directly threatened, and only then if Congress authorizes it. French President Emmanuel Macron said Monday he would be willing to repeat his decision in April to contribute to US-led airstrikes if reports emerged that the Syrian government had used chemical weapons in Idlib, but maintained that I have considered ISIS to be our principal enemy, and I have never made the ousting of Bashar al-Assad a condition of our diplomatic or humanitarian action in Syria, according to Agence France-Presse. U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton warned Russian officials in Geneva Thursday that the U.S. had intelligence on a potential upcoming Syrian chemical attack and warned that the U.S. response would be stronger than ever, Bloomberg reported Friday, citing people familiar with the talks. Following Tuesday's joint U.S. mission to the United Nations statement threatening further attacks on Syria in response to chemical warfare, Bolton also spoke of a potential Syrian chemical attack Wednesday, something he said he was obviously concerned about ahead of plans for the Syrian regime to resume offensive military activities in Idlib province. Just so there's no confusion here, if the Syrian regime uses chemical weapons we will respond very strongly, Bolton told a press briefing during his visit to Israel. They really ought to think about this a long time before they come to any decision, because there is no ambiguity in the US position on this point.
MW News. Please subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.